The musical duo, the Gibson Brothers, have been called bluegrass superstars by the New York Times. The group's currently on tour. They're heading to Northern Kentucky later this week. Cincy Lifestyle reporter Mikhayla Hughes-Shaw caught up with them ahead of their show.
We are catching up with Eric and Lee Gibson ahead of their stop in Northern Kentucky on their tour as the Gibson Brothers. So good to have you both here with us today. And tell me about how you got your start in music, and also how has your craft grown since then?
Well, we grew up on a dairy farm in northern New York State, way northern New York State, like 2 miles from Canada, kind of New York State. And our dad, it was a family farm that our ancestors pioneered. They cleared the land, and it was quiet. It was a quiet existence. We were kids in the 1980s, and so our parents, thinking of things that we might be able to do, they really liked music. My father had bought some instruments to try to learn himself. Never could, and we were lucky enough to have a local music store, maybe 5 or 6 miles away, in the middle of nowhere. We had a really nice music store. It's still there. And there was a fella giving guitar lessons and banjo lessons. And so we had each of those instruments, and Dad said one of you's going to play banjo, one's going to play guitar. So that's how it started.
And as the Gibson Brothers, you've really had quite a bit of success, specifically in the bluegrass genre. How did you land in this genre?
You know, the instruments, Eric was playing banjo. The lesson book that he played out of it was a bluegrass style book.
Yeah, and whatever we've ever done since has been informed by bluegrass, and that's how we cut our teeth. And we've branched out and done some other things, but bluegrass is always there.
So the process of recording your most recent album, called The Darkest Hour, it was kind of a unique process. Can you walk us through that journey?
Like around March 16th or 17th, March of 2020, when the pandemic just started. So we're in the studio, and we get 4 days in before guilt sets in, and we're like, we got to go home. So we got about halfway through the process, and then we went back almost a year later and finished it. I'm glad to see it come to life here last week. It came out, and we did it with a guy named Jerry Douglas producing, who's a fabulous musician, guitar player, resonant guitar player. He was a ball, a lot of fun, and really, really happy with this record.
So you'll be making your stop here in the Cincinnati area on February 16th. It's coming up super soon. What do you want folks to experience when they come out to your show?
I've always felt that our job is to bring people joy, and we experience joy making music. Why would people do it otherwise? So to have that experience, you share that with the audience, and they, in turn, it's the joyous thing. And that's what I really want people to come away with. Whether you feel really sad because a song hit you that, it was close to home and made you think of something that made you sad, that's still experiencing joy. It's memory, it's a good kind of cry, and that's what I want people to feel.
You're not alone, my love you can't outgrow.
I just think that is so beautifully put, really taking your art and sharing it with others. I've really enjoyed this conversation, and I'm sure that folks at home did too. Hopefully they're excited to check out your show. Can you tell us where they can learn more information?
Sure. We have a website, of course, GibsonBrothers.com, and we have a Facebook page. Find us, the Gibson Brothers. We're also on Twitter and Instagram. That's it. That's pretty good for an old guys like us,
I don't want to give